Welcome to the Nameless Voices podcast. This may not be April 1st, but I can assure you, it ain't a joke. I'm your host, Nanashi, and I apologize in advance for whatever this show is going to be. Going down the list alphabetically, we have the O is silent, Blitz.
Sup?
We have the CEO of Idiotism himself, the CEO of Idiotism.
Well, hello there, I am me.
We have our recurring guest from the very beginning, Commando Xpando.
Up what is, my guys?
He once was lost, but now he's found G.
Or is he?
Yep, didn't hear a word. He must be having technical problems. Alright, we'll get back to him. We have the head of the New Obsidian Duel Academy, Lady Sarisa.
I had an oopsie. I actually switched voice chats.
Well, you made it back just in time. And we have every Yu-Gi-Oh! Player's worst nightmare by name, Tim Brick. Who is apparently also silent.
What? It's like, huh? What? Oh, I've been introduced.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I just realized this.
Well, too late. my appearance is done.
Great way to start off the show.
Yeah. Alright, looks like Found seems to have fixed his mic error. Go ahead and say something if you can. Shout it out. Like you got it.
What's
there.
up?
There you go. Alright, so, first things first. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Fine.
Games on motorcycles.
I'm good. I'm just waiting to sell the rest of my binders in bulk.
Of course,
20.
of course.
Really.
I'm decent.
I mean, I'm from Chicago. If you're not making money, what are you doing?
Nothing.
I mean, I thought that was in general.
I'm
It's
so
more,
bored of...
it's more serious up there because it's like that. More serious
I'm so
because
bored of
everything up
being
there like hard.
an opponent of Mystic Knight players on Idle Pro.
Well, speaking of Mystic Mine, every copy of that's now $10 because stimulus.
Well, of course. Everything's going to go up because stimulus.
Oh, I might be getting a fourth stimulus, $2,000 and then $1,000 reoccurring. Give it to me.
I really hope not. That's just
going
gonna be a waste of money in my pocket.
Oh, really?
It won't
could
be
finally-
in mine. I'm creating
Really? You can
jobs.
finally pick up a Zeus. Like, everybody needs a Zeus.
You need a $2,000 stimulus check to pick up a single copy of AA Zeus. You know, somehow I'm not surprised.
No, I'm talking about, like, everybody needs a Zeus, like a page of Starlight. Like, here's basically what they're going to be doing. If they're going to give us that 2,000, then 1,000 every month. They're going to tax you for driving, but they're going to keep on giving you $1,000 a month.
Well, I don't drive. I take the bus. So,
Yep.
Man, like, you need to sell, like, 3 livers now to actually buy a decent side deck these days.
No, it's it's a stimulus to buy a decent side deck these days. Lightning storms, triple talents, everything. And the beer is gold rare. Beer is like
maybe evenly.
$20. Evenly it's getting reprinted, and if I find them cheap enough, I'm buying a page and sitting on them like I did with Ashes. I bought 20 common ashes back in December, then they shot up to $20.
well, look who it is. It's our recurring migraine Mimikyu.
Boy.
Woo!
Climbs on Tori and sits on her lap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you made it just in time.
Mimikyu.
Alright, you made it just in time because as it happens, we got a short list of birthdays happening in the month of April. Happy birthday to Kudu, Mimikyu, and
Yay.
Found G.
Yeah, thanks.
It's
Thank
no problem.
you.
Oh, speaking of birthdays, it's like 5D's anniversary today.
No kidding.
They started. They were released in the North America stuff in today's date in 2008.
Yeah, they did. I saw that earlier.
13 years.
Hey, at least back then, at least 5Ds didn't get. The bad thing is 5Ds did get the shaft that cut the series short in the English.
Well, yeah, but they did
Yeah,
that to
okay.
GX too.
Well, they did that to GX too because the last arc of GX was like
Super dark.
Yeah, they didn't want to show that to kids.
Which is a shame. I think that kids should be able to see the last season of GX just to see how dark and depressing a card game can be.
I was 7 years old. I was 7 years old when my parents sat me down and let me watch Jaws and Chucky.
Where I live, during the final episode of GX, they had to cut this episode short and go to commercials halfway through the duel and cut the episode off because Yubel said "F you" right to Jaden, yelling it.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that actually as a kid.
How
That
that
was
made it past
hilarious.
censors.
I mean, we can say the B word freely on TV shows now, so.
Oh, that's new.
I mean, can we literally say anything in kids shows now?
I mean, if we were allowed to curse here, every other sentence would have "fuck" in it.
Well, while we're on the subject of Yu-Gi-Oh, let's get started on talking about the game. First up, how has the ban list changed everyone?
Dragon Link
Unaffected.
is still unaffected.
I'm
Dragon
crying.
Link is still around.
Ban LP.
I still say they
Can
should
we
ban.
ban?
I'm still going on that they should ban that dragon I despise, that Link dragon.
Which
Nanashi
one?
knows
There's
why
like
I'm
10 of them.
crying.
Are you talking about Borreload Savage Dragon, Mimi?
Yes.
They somehow made
That thing
Bustawell
needs to be
playable
burnt.
again.
They need to burn that thing in a
Usable again.
fire.
Yes, they did.
Dragon Buster Destruction Sword was a mistake.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was.
it's very much.
Yeah,
it
yes,
is.
it was. It's
Yeah.
They can still do.
If they're supposed
Buster
to
Blader
hunt,
can do the lock.
They're
It's
not-
just
they're
called
supposed
DMZ
to-
Dragon that
guys?
does that. Oh, sorry.
they're supposed to hunt dragons, not make the game drag on.
You've made that joke
Uh.
so many times, I don't think any of us even pay attention to it anymore.
I think this is the first time I've heard this, to be fair.
At least every other cast, Mimi makes that joke,
Well,
and it's just,
speaking
it's
of-
a groaner.
Speaking of
I can
Yu-Gi-Oh,
see
I
that.
might be. Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, if we get a fourth stimulus, I'm just letting everyone know if Collector's Rare Beat Cop, Collector's Rare BLS, and Collector's Rare CED have a buyout, I'm gonna be in it. So, blame Blitzo.
Well,
Something
have
funny
fun.
is the new zombie support that came out with the new pack has actually. I don't remember what it's called. It's one of the new spells that make it so you can send zombies from your deck to the grave.
I'm not
Most
familiar
of
with
them are
this
still
card.
zombie support.
I gotta check. It's a zombie spell card.
I do have a question,
Shoot.
Yes.
and it does deal with because of what happened with the ban list, things have changed.
Mhm.
You all have heard Dogmatica invoked, right?
Yeah, that's a big
Yeah.
move.
I'm sure everyone
Yeah.
knows that.
And invoked Macabre, please.
Have any of you heard Dogmatica invoked to dolls?
Yes.
Yeah, I play.
Yeah.
I
Actually played
literally,
against them at
I
locals.
literally had everything for that deck before COVID hit,
Uh-huh.
and I was going to work full time, and my boss was going to give me 14 hours during the summer or 10-hour shifts, depending what it'll do. And I was gonna have the deck built by Rise of the Duelist release. COVID hit. I was going to play the hell out of that deck.
Okay, I have a follow-up question because apparently it's reaching top 5 or something around there.
Mm-hmm.
How does that deck work?
Basically, if
This
you
deck
Lancia-
works because it is so impossible to hit it with the proper hand trap.
No, not why. How?
Basically,
Nadir
no,
exists.
hold- let me say this. I know how to play it. I play it on Dueling Book at times when I want to piss people off. You Lancia that deck. You roll that deck. We're just gonna sit there and punch our computer like that meme with that African American guy punching his computer.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
but if you allow us to go off and make a board and get schism set up with a
Mhm.
board, and you don't have Dark Ruler or you don't Nibiru us at the right time, fucked. Basically.
I mean, you can't even Nibiru when your opponent's normal summons a Leicester the Invoker.
Yeah, like if it's a bad player, you can Nibiru them. But everyone's making.
I mean, you can Ash the Invoker, but he still has Invocation in hand anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So someone went like in perm on my Alistair. I'm like invocation, and I got called the F word, not the appropriate one that I've been saying in this one.
Ah.
Derogatory term, and I'm like, yes, I am gay. You want to hook up?
I believe the appropriate way to say that word is fey goat.
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as decks that I'm playing, I'm working on videos right now. I got one prepared for my dark deck because the new Phantom Knight Ray Raptor support is hilarious.
Oh, did you see the new Honest? It's ultra rare in the new set, so it means it's going to be secret and collector's rare in our set.
Yep.
Yay!
Oh yeah, I really hope that when that card is officially
Oh.
announced that they have changed its name from Dark Honest to Dishonest.
That's the rumor
Or
that it's going to
liar.
be, but
I
Yes.
really hope
Yes, please,
so
Mom.
because I called that card a decade ago.
I've been begging for
We
that
don't
card
need
back
such
when I played
dishonesty.
Backwings.
I called that card back in when Honest first came out. Like I wanted a black version of Honest that decreased the attack.
I found the card, by the way, the zombie card I was talking about. It's an Eldritch card that if you play it when you don't have an Eldritch, you send one zombie from your deck to the grave. But if you play it with an
Oh.
Eldritch on the field, you can special summon any zombie from your deck.
Oh, since we
Oh,
were
this
talking,
continuous spell, huh?
Yes.
Oh, 7
Oh,
realms.
that one. This funny fusion
It's from
spell called Big Eldritch.
yeah, it's one of the new ones, and it works so well with Skull Servant, where I started to see the King of Skull Servants become meta a little bit. Not
like
That's
speaking
terrifying.
of like speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, like Ghost from the Past is like utter dog shit. Other than a few good
Bad.
things.
It's terrible.
Bad.
I was actually talking about that
It's
with
really
my
bad.
friend
It's
a while
really
ago.
bad.
But the best card
and-
in this set is Pajama Country. You know this set is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
literally
it's
the best card besides
Yeah.
Jigan Face.
Oh, the best card is Ojama Line, which they'll never print. But have you seen the price of the BLS link? $110 for the secret and pre-selling $400.
How much is it?
The BLS link is anywhere between 100 to 110 for the secret, and the BLS Ghost is like the most pulled ghost, but it's still pre-selling at 300 to 400.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Because it's gonna
Yeah,
because they're gonna short print evenly. They're going like by the way it looks, it's one ghost every 1.5 cases. And by the way it looks, you're most likely to pull the BLS link. So the Dark Magician link's gonna be more. The Crystal Link link's gonna be more. Everyone's just gonna sit there and be like, oh, the collectors with $1,000 stimulus checks that they still haven't spent. The one thing that pissed me off the most is we didn't get DMG because I wanted to literally go out and waste $500 on a DMG and then sit there and watch it go to $1,000 in under a week.
Speaking of new cards coming out, like I was saying before, I'm already building a deck profile for my Dark deck and my Zombie deck, which, like I said, I had to include the Doom King engine, but I had to postpone my Dinosaur deck because Scrapter still isn't out yet.
Don't worry
God,
about that. I hear it's
Dinos with scrubbed out
that
will
card,
be.
that card's gonna be printed at super expensive or be low rarity, and everything else is gonna get bought out.
This card will be
Also,
of the
once
price of a decent deck.
Supernova hits and I get me a pair of Gravity Collapse, I probably will be redoing my RDA profile again.
Awesome.
And I'm over here still going, where's my Zenith?
Literally, I'm sitting here over here. My friends are like, just go out and spend $500 to rebuild for hire like you wanted to. I'm like, if I'm dropping $500, I'm maxing out Draco.
Yeah, that sounds very fuzzed.
That wasn't even a
Like-
good attempt.
That wasn't even a good
Right.
attempt. But literally, I've been waiting for a new for hire card, and we keep getting new
Everything
Tri-Brigade
else.
stuff. And I'm
The new Live Twin support is out, and oh my god, it is so good with the Live Twin deck. I can now link summon 6 times in one turn, and every time you link summon one of the Live Twins into their Evil Twin form, if you have their opposite half out, you can destroy a card on the field destroy
Or
a
draw
card
a
from the
card.
field. Yeah, and you can do that over and over, and then every time you have a pair of them in the grave, you can bring out the actual big level 8 one, and it gains 2,000 attack and defense for each pair you have in the grave.
Speaking of level 8, makes me think about when I tried to build Abyss Actors. And even with the link, they're dog shit now.
Speaking of level 8, I have to test this new Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. Because it seems good, but I don't know if Cypher Dragons have an actual face in the
Here's the
deck.
thing I'm hyped about. This set's gonna be you're gonna have short prints in this Ghost set. But I'm like,
You
all
want
the
me
stuff.
to send you some? The card shops by me have Cypher Dragon in bulk.
Yeah, basically.
What?
Basically, I'm really hyped about the Ultra Rare Time Thief. But when I looked into it, you can't play Time Thief without Pot of Prosperity. So with extra and main, it's a $600 for a mediocre deck. And I'm sitting here $600 for a mediocre deck or join a buyout.
Aren't people figure out that the best way to play Time Thief right now is actually with the Raid Raptor? Support?
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah. I'm trying to avoid playing Time Thief myself.
You
surprisingly, Ray
played
Raptors
him with a small rocket engine
seems to
and a
be
small
one of the
PK
best
engine and all that other stuff.
rank 4 engines, which is to me insane.
I actually had suggested Time Thief Raid Raptors to mine and my fiance's girlfriend because she loves Raid Raptors so much.
Yeah,
BRB again,
Sean
guys.
is actually the best boy of that.
Oh yeah, it reminds me. I think I play on them at Time Thief. It's like, yeah, it's been something I've been experimenting with.
Continuing from what I was saying before, I've had to delay the Dino deck because of Scraptor, and I'm going to have to delay the Spirit deck that I was going to make because we got a new Spirit monster out of nowhere.
Yes,
Is it really
and this
good?
spirit
Because
monster is excellent.
I
That's
haven't been paying to anything LCG lately. Like,
Eh.
I just don't care.
the new
at the
Spirit
moment.
is a bit of an anathema. She's good in that she inherently special summons herself if you control a Spirit, which means no activating monster effect triggers. And she's good because in the graveyard, she can banish herself to make a Spirit stay on the field all on its own. So, permanent mono a Watto. But
Like, the
It's
only
good, but
only spirit I
overrated.
really know is Watto Mystic Mind because I tried it. I was playing that during. I was playing that when VFD was a thing, and if I wasn't playing VFD, I would have Watto Mystic Mind and just sit there on a remote duel, and someone just called me a fat fuck, and I'm like, oh, I mean, you're not wrong, but okay.
well, the other problem is that that's all she does. She doesn't do anything to make the deck faster other than give us, like, blink material, I guess. She's good starting out. Using her and Nikitama alone refills your hand, gives you an extra normal summon, and lets you summon a Link 2 without eating your entire normal summon capabilities. So that's cool, but she doesn't really do anything for the deck that the deck couldn't do itself. Except add an extra body.
It's an extra body for the Shinobirds, maybe.
Deadass, there should be a spirit that's a Link 3.
That's not a smart idea. The Spirit would just return to the extra deck every turn. The other issue with her is that she's not level 4, she's level 3.
Oh, I forgot. Oh no.
That's
she's...
the issue.
That's bad. That's really bad.
That's a bit of a deterrent, I'll say that much. But on the upside, she has allowed me to get into some interesting combo plays because if you summon 2 level 4 spirits and summon her, then you have a spirit on board that you can use your Nikitama effects with reliably, so if nothing else, she enables more of the deep draw features that the deck already had. So that's cool. But other than that, I don't think I'm going to be making any more Yu-Gi-Oh! Content other than the Dark deck and the Dino deck unless something in the new set that I don't know about gets released. And speaking of product, I guess we can go ahead and move on to that topic.
How Ghost in the Past is dog shit, other than a few cards, and the people who are defending the plant art type to make it good can just go eat a bag of weed.
That's actually the first.
Eat it.
That was actually the first item in the list was Ghost from the Past. The only thing I really see that I want out of it is the evenly matched reprint, but from what I've heard, it's just going to be short printed like everything else.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Happy short print. Happy short print, just like I'm looking at short prints right now
I'm
recently.
scared that
Invocation.
Meanwhile, OCG enjoys playset of evenly matched from the Ice Barrier structure decks.
No, it was Charmer. It was Charmer because I'm like, it was Charmer because I bought a display case of that, and I pre-ordered a display case of that, and I couldn't cancel my order, and I'm just sitting here. I'm like, evenly is never going to come common. We'll have common in perm before evenly. Like, speaking of short prints, Invocation. Every copy is now $40. They're all short printed.
I mean, reprinting Invocation didn't do shit about Invocation. And it's priced.
Well, after Ghosts from the Past, we have the Ancient Guardians pack coming, which is like a week before my birthday. And I'm excited because I need a few of those Abyss cards.
I want everything from Dorami cards because insert funny for a trip joke.
Abyss cards are really nice, but I have a feeling you're going to get the evil eye treatment, where your best one is going to be a $30 card.
I could care less. I only need 3 specific cards and a playset of each. I only need 3 of the spell that acts as a Foolish Burial in Monster Reborn. I need 3 of the
So you're
light
not-
that drops
so
a
you-
dark,
so
and
you-
3 of the dark that
Not
drops a
going to play the
light.
chaos version?
No,
So-
dude. It's just an engine for aliens.
Surprisingly, the best archetype from Ancient Guardians is no joke, Doremi card.
Well, in any case, I don't need them because I'm planning on building up Hiss. I'm not interested in the deck as a whole. I'm just interested in whatever I can find that can make aliens better. And I was going to wait, but my god, the new alien support they announced is top tier.
I mean, it's nice, but you need to like make a Bishbalkin.
Who cares about
Big
Bishbalkin?
Maya.
Who cares about Bishbalkin? You could make that move set already and it doesn't change anything.
Fish balls. Sir, I can't do that.
Oh, got a notification.
Yeah,
I didn't
same.
mute those.
Yeah, something from eBay. Who cares? But yeah, after that we have Lightning
Oh, it's my
Overdrive.
$100 order I made. The
Oh.
guys.
Okay. Well, after that, we got Lightning Overdrive dropping on June 4th, and the most hilarious thing in the world happened. You know how they announced that Diviner of the Herald was going to be in that box?
Yeah.
Yes.
They removed it from their official page.
Wait, why? Whoa, whoa,
Really?
whoa, whoa, whoa.
What's the reason?
What's that? What's that?
We don't know.
Just
They always put a note in the bottom of their articles saying that the contents of this pack are subject to change at any time. So
Oh.
either they
Are you
removed it.
Are you kidding me? Like, seriously, I was ready for our Drytron overlords to take over.
I think they
I
removed
was
the
ready.
Drytronic X's too. I think they removed the Drytronic X's information too.
It did?
I swear
What?
to God, if they do it, my friend literally invested into a max ready Drytron core. I swear to God, I can't wait to hear him like cuss.
Well,
2 hours.
double check the Konami page when you get the chance to make sure. I know for a fact that they removed Diviner of the Heralds because half a dozen different Yu-Gi-Oh! Based Discord servers I'm in were going on about it. As far as Drytron Xyz, I could be wrong about that one because I really wasn't paying attention. I was more in stitches over over the Diviner thing.
Hold on. What set
Do
is
they
this again?
really need a
Uh,
diviner?
Lightning
Something like
Overdrive.
this?
The one dropping in June.
Well, hold on. You know, we still have a set that needs to come out in June, right? They
We
didn't
have
they
a
didn't-
few different things. I was going to go down the list.
Oh, they didn't announce the Battles of Legend. What if they pull that from that and put it in Battles of Legend if we get it back?
I'd be fine with that. That'll probably drop the price.
No.
After that, we still have the structure decks for the Egyptian gods. One for Slifer, one for Obelisk.
Oh shit, you're right. There's none of that in Lightning Overdrive.
Just make a spellbook of judgment for Slifer.
Might as well. But yeah, they drop on June 11th. I don't think people are going to get too many of them because Raw overall is generally a better supported Egyptian god.
Oh, it depends what's in the structure deck, like reprint wise. Last time we got something like Agile, something like that. Sacred Beast had a lure, and a lure had a buyout.
That's true.
I mean, I can assure you that maybe Obelisk support will be good, but Slifer support will be probably like 90% terrible because sadly Slifer fundamentally cannot be too much playable because of
Slifer's
the
like the worst. Slifer's the worst god. It's all
trophy.
about Obelisk.
Yes, and this is the
Sadly.
problem because it depends so much on your cards in the hand that the only thing to make them playable is to make insane draw engine, which will be abused in different other decks, which will make them overpowered, which will result in a future ban of Slifer support.
Like I was talking about the Sacred Beast deck. The reason why Allure had a buyout, it wasn't in there. So common Allures went up to $5 for a day.
Oh, is that why they suddenly spiked in price that time?
Yeah, because it wasn't in the deck.
Well, on the subject of Slifer, the King's Court 60 card special pack is supposedly going to be good for Slifer because, get this, they have spells and traps for the new King, Queen, and Jack Knight archetype that go back to hand. That's
I'm
it.
kind of
Nani?
excited for that.
Yeah,
those
Kings,
cards.
Kings, Queens, and Jacks, Knights, the archetype itself, if you can even call it that, are getting
They're literally
genuine
going.
support.
Hold on. They're literally going to short print that and make it be like tunes. Here's a $500 deck. You
Probably.
need extravagance for.
Well,
Go buy it. Eat it up, retards.
Wait, what was the support like? Was it this? Aren't they making like magician souls for Queen's Knight, Jack's Knight, whatever you
Yeah,
call
that's
it?
what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's what we're discussing right now. It's for the
Yeah.
King's Court booster pack dropping on June 25th. All we know about it so far is that they're getting a spell and a trap, both of which can return the hand, a new monster for the main deck called Joker's Knight, and a new boss called Arcana and Triumph with Joker. And the whole reason it's good for Slifer is because the spell trap returns to the hand and keep your hand count high. Herder.
Also, one of their monsters returns to the hand too.
Oh, wait, really? That's new?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I remember reading.
Okay, well, that's slightly better, I guess.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I was looking at the speed deal $3 an hour ago. Breakers were $12, now they're $33. And these guys do buyouts when I don't have the money.
Of course they do.
This
They don't care about your
buyouts
money,
were
they care
so
about their
bad.
money.
Oh no!
Fire
they
so
don't-
bad
they-
your mic turned crispy.
Yeah, your
I
mic
literally-
kind of
I-
went weird.
Okay, I literally missed out on the Air Knight buyout.
It happens,
the re-
man.
Reason why I have so much money is because I used to give my friend $50 a week, like to take care of his kid. So he's been sending me $50 a week to pay up. So I have 200 in PayPal just sitting there. I could have just been in a buyout.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
My friend still owes me another $800, and I told him just pay it off by next year.
Okay, after the King's Court set in July 30th, we have the new Cyber Style Structure deck, Cyber Strike, which...
It's not gonna be that good, Cyberdarks. Anyone's a Cyberdark
Cyber
fan.
Dark
Here
is
you go.
bad.
Hey,
Yeah.
now, hang on. There are people out there that genuinely like Cyberdark. And it's...
Yeah, at least.
I mean, yeah, sure,
Yeah,
but
they're not human, so
I mean,
yeah.
hold on. They like Cyberdark. They also have Ice Bearer people.
Yeah.
Ice Bearers are probably going to be more playable than Cyberdark, and that's sad.
the problem is at the end of the day, it will at best become a like sub engine for the Cyber Dragons.
No. I hang out with 3 Cyber Dragon players, all from different voice chats, all from different Discords, all from different messenger chats, and they told me there's no way in hell that they're gonna put a card to the Cyber Dragons, and if they do, they each agreed to eat super rare Vanity's Emptiness, which would put them in a hospital because you can't digest the holographic stuff.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't. Some people get lucky. Some people really don't on the IM.
Well, after that, on August 13th, we got the new Dawn of Majesty pack, and they've been giving us some interesting support in that one. They're giving Gizmek a full archetype, which is insane.
It's interesting, but it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Wait, is this like a battle pack or is it a new set?
No, it's a new actual core set pack, Dawn of Majesty. They've given us confirmation. It's the pack that the Magic Key archetype is coming out of.
The new Sambal, the Spawner Pendulum monster, is good in Magic Specters.
Yes, it is. And then, in addition to that, it's also giving us that new Suship archetype that's like 3-4 sushi-based cards. No, it's more like 5.
Sus.
You know, you literally have to use uninspected die and other random stuff. I really wish that was a full archetype.
It will be, probably. They've done this before. I mean, it's gotten more
they've
cards
done
already
this
than
before.
Materia Actor.
Yes, but hopefully the OCG follows too. It took the OCG making Time Thief support. And
Hey.
the OCG made a potato card, but they haven't finished the support on that.
That
I
is
think
true.
that's for like potato chips, legit just for like a.
Yeah, but that
Sponsorship.
was just for a sponsorship. I
Well,
don't think they would ever finish that.
It doesn't matter. It exists. It's funny. In addition to that, they've given us confirmation on support for Amazement, Triamid, Alien, and Spirit, and the new Sambel Pendulum. Like, This set is actually turning out to be kind of cool with all the generous support they've been giving all these previous archetypes.
Well, speaking of pendulum, I forgot that one pendulum card that you basically could it could be decent in Draco, but you don't. It can be decent in Draco, but you can't use the Mana Corrupt. It's that one that you can set in the scale and draw one card. It's the only
This Sambal Pendulum card more supports level 3s more than Draco Pulse. Because, remember, I have to remind myself. The pendulum effect is if you control the level 3 in your other pendulum zone, you can pop it and special summon the Sambal. And the second effect is when the level 3 is summoned, including herself, it can special summon another level 3 from the hand.
Well, that's actually
like Spellcaster Wind.
Sorry, that's not actually entirely true. It doesn't summon a level 3, it summons any monster whose level is the same as her. And one of the normal pendulums, Icebell, can change the level of something else while it's in the scale.
Yes, I remember that.
And also, supposedly, there was going to be some new Synchron support in the Dawn of Majesty pack, I think.
People tested it with the Jack Speeder, but it doesn't seem
You basically, wait, are we talking about like the new Synchro support for like Stardust?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, Stardust.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Don't forget about that.
Yeah, that
forget
pack.
About
that pack is full of amazing stuff. I can't even lie.
Yeah, but like speaking of stuff, cross-up Designator. Do you think we'll ever get it?
We will eventually get it when it no longer matters.
Yes, we will.
They'll put called back to 2 or 3, and then they'll release it because they want to neuter hand traps in some regard, and then they'll just move it on to the next big interruption feature.
We finally get DDD Ragey Pendulum Monster.
Oh yeah, that thing might actually come to be soon. And as far as the last item on the list for the new stuff, they've released the 2021 Tins of Ancient Battles for August 27th. And the only legitimate thing we know about this tin set is, and this is on their page, you can stack them.
Wow. Nanashi, you forgot. There is also the Duelist of Whirlwind.
The what now?
This wind set. This Duelist of Whirlwind. This is a legendary duelist set.
Oh yeah,
which you the Crystal Wing, Lerolosk, and the Sherry Dark support.
Right, I forgot about that. The new pack set that's supposed to support all these wind decks. I was really disappointed because I heard a rumor that might actually have had support for the Skull Flame archetype, but it turned out not to be true.
Crystal Wing and Lerolosk art looks gorgeous. Sherry Dark is okay support. I mean, in terms of art, it's good looking, but it's not as amazing as Crystal Wing.
Of course. We're going to get a brand new incarnation of Crystal Wing that can negate 8 things in a turn, and all it costs you is gaining 500 points or some bullcrap.
After that, it will banish an entire opponent's deck face down. And its effect can be negated.
I hope that pack has some like additional Speedroid support.
I really do hope too, but I'm just tired of seeing Dragon support. I just want Warrior support. We got Warrior support, but it had to use Smoke Grenade.
I mean, they can support Speedroid, but they can also like focus on supporting exactly Crystal Wing.
What did you say, Commando?
Truthfully, I'm all for the Speedroid support. The Sherry stuff came out of nowhere.
She has like what, 2 cards?
Which deck?
The Chevalier de Fleur.
Oh yeah, she has 2 cards.
Actually, last one people bought.
Sherry Dark in Yu-Gi-Oh! R5D also played some Noble Knights.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Yeah,
that makes sense. She's supposed to be a knight.
No, but I think it was the. Which were they? I just remember going.
I think they were printed once in some special edition pack.
Oh, yeah, I remember all that stuff.
Well, in any case, yeah, thank you for reminding me. I think they confirmed, like you said, Lyraloose support, Crystal Wing support, and what was the third one again? Sherry's Chevalier de Fleur support, I guess. So, cool. Maybe we'll get something neat out of that.
Maybe.
I'm just hoping for the Speedroid support, to be honest.
Me too.
Yeah.
of toys.
I'm
anyways.
also waiting for another deck to get support.
I'm a little
so
disappointed
that'll
there
never
was
happen.
no Battle Watch support. I'm a little disappointed about that.
Oh yeah, a lot of
Oh,
people were really wanting that.
They
yeah,
were.
I'm one of them too.
Literally, Battle Wasps are only a Splash Ball engine with the Speed Ward deck with a few other cards.
I heard some
Yeah.
people having moderate success in ballpark builds with them.
Yeah, I've been testing it out myself.
Someone
and
have
I'm
played
not
like
actually happy
tuna
with
goldfish, from what I remember.
Well, hang on. What were you saying, Foundgy?
that I have been experimenting with ballpark battle wasp, and so far it's been going good.
Really?
And yeah, the ballpark engine gives it a little boost, and in terms of consistency, and yeah, it just helps the deck in a lot.
That's good at least. It's nice to see those two archetypes that really don't do very much actually do something.
Pretty much. Like, also, Unchained topped recently. And they had, like, Unchained topped recently. And then, like, these remote duels, so many people have cheated if you guys looked into this stuff. There's this guy who played Prank Kids who opened bustedly every hand. And then when he was being watched, he had a different opening. So they're investigating that guy, but they're still going to let him have his 8-0 victory.
Oh yeah, there's also the Mexican Hulk, which actually there's this Mexican guy against one of the people in my country. I'm from Honduras, by the way. So
Mexican Hulk
Yeah,
is hilarious.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, the dude just was playing Dragon Link if I remember correctly, and the dude just summoned Hulk without a tuner.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of cheating in remote duels.
Well, yeah.
And
But...
my friends are like, "Why haven't you came back and played in these remote duels in St. Louis?" Why? So when I sack people with my hollowed out deck, they can call me a stacker with my Spanish limits and my soon-to-be German ultra cards I'm getting from Ghosts from the Past, and then all these other floodgates. And my Spanish Pada Dualities, since I made my deck multiple different languages. Yeah, let me get called as a sacker because my deck is hollowed out.
That reminds me, actually. Did we ever get a ruling on those new gold rare cards that came out in the pack because of all the extremely thick hollow foil on them? I heard a rumor that because of
they flake like dual Devastator. They flake too. If you don't have the sleeves up, and they flake inside of the sleeve.
Yeah, I was going to say, have we gotten a ruling as to whether or not those are still allowed to be used? Because I heard something about their immense weight that could change how your deck shuffles or something.
I mean, we're doing remote duel, everyone cheating, but once we get events, you best believe if they tell me you're not allowed to use your gold rare judgment, I'll go back. You're not allowed to use my gold rare judgments. I'll just rebuy Lart ones. You're not allowed to use your gold rare duster. Okay, let me go spend $50 on the original one. If I'm playing duster, I want the original one. And I'm not talking about the English copy. I'm talking about the original UK copy that ranges from I'd play to 50 to 250 for near mint.
What were you saying, Commando?
The only thing I have from the Gold series is Boral Sword.
Well, I think extra deck monsters will be fine no matter what. I think the only real issue is going to be the main deck cards. I was actually looking forward to getting some imperms out of that, but they ended up being just as expensive as the rest, or if not, just slightly cheaper, and that's still not within my price range. That's pretty much everything I've got on my list to talk about with Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't even take part in the remote duel thing right now because I don't see the point. I can just play online 10 times easier with much less cheating.
Literally no point.
Yeah, same.
There's literally no point to be a remote duelist right now, unless if you're trying to win a match.
The only time I'd probably do a remote duel is if it's with friends and I know they're not going to cheat.
Oh no! I told everyone. Yeah, I played Draco for the time being. Yeah, we don't want a remote duel with you. Well, good.
There is no remote dueling against the Draco player because there's no dueling against the Draco player.
And they're like, do you guys play GOAT format? No, we play 2011. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, I don't know which one is actually more prominent now.
2011 takes the pack.
I guess we can move on to other games. Does anyone know anything about that new Pokemon game where they've got steampunk Pokemon like the Magnemite that's powered by wood and steam?
Yeah, I'm definitely getting the Switch for that.
Pokemon Arceus?
Is that that's what he's talking about?
There's some new Pokemon game where it looks like everything's gone back in time. They use Pokeballs that
Pokemon
are orange.
Arceus.
Yeah, they use Pokeballs that are steam powered. There are Pokemon that are like older. They're made of wood instead of metal. Some of them.
They're
And
basically doing like 1700s, 1800s.
something like that. So far, the funniest thing that I've heard about is that apparently Magnemite is powered by steam and has wood instead of metal magnets.
Oh, this will be amazing.
Yeah,
That's what-
I hate to say it, they actually put some genuine effort into that one. Vanguard's new series, Overdress, I saw the first episode of that.
It's pretty cool.
I have issues.
Oh,
Yeah, the new Vanguard anime, it seems like it's just saying that the card game is there instead of it being a prominent part in the plot. Like, in the first episode of the originals, we see that Vanguard is everywhere. It's a part of daily life, and everyone eventually wants to learn how to play it. Cool, that makes sense. It's a card game anime. It's there to sell product and bring in interest. But we see this, where the main character is some shy little guy who can't say no to his sisters. God, it's the opening to every fucking porno in existence for anime.
Wincest. The
Some-
fact roll.
Also,
And they dress him up like a girl to the point where they're about to put him in a freaking bra, and he runs off, meets this other girl.
Cross-dressing. The other factors of life.
It gets better and worse. He runs into
This
this
sounds like the
extreme...
goat guy.
He runs into this extremely boisterously outspoken female who protects him from this lecherous pervert, and then three times in the same episode, and then they go off to this abandoned amusement park where there just happens to be Vanguard.
You are actually describing the typical anime isekai magical show.
Yeah, the only difference is they don't go to a different world, they just go down the street to an abandoned theme park.
But like
And then
countries
they
or
change uniforms.
I don't know.
You know
They're
what?
gonna play
no.
But
The
they-
What
only
do
thing-
Vanguard people play?
Okay,
Card
hang on,
games
guys,
on
guys,
motorcycles, helicopters.
One at a time.
The only thing that matters, they gave me Eugene, which is the Dragon Empire thing for Narukami. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I will admit, I heard some interesting things about the new cards. Supposedly, the new clan styles are going to be different. They're going to be empires now instead of just, like, species, which sounds
Yeah.
cool. But I don't think it's going to change much. From what I understand, they're also giving them a generic card, one per deck, that if you pull it, it gives you, like, nearly unstoppably infinite power that's only ever been matched by that one Neo Nectar deck with the bloom mechanic that gives them, like, 100,000 power per card or something.
Over trigger.
Yeah, that's it. Apparently, you can run one of those in a deck, and when you pull it on the right attack check, it makes your character, your card's power so high that almost nothing can stop it unless you happen to have like one of those automatic cancel things. It just
A
there's
PG.
yeah, perfect shield, perfect trigger, whatever it's called. There's so much to unpack, and I'm sorry, but if their first episode's opening requires the main character to be dressed like a girl, discovered by some outspoken woman, and taken to an abandoned amusement park, we have a lot more questions than answers.
I can't argue this.
All right, looks like
actually-
Found G is leaving. All right, we'll see you next time, man. Thanks for stopping by.
bye. Pleasure meeting you.
I actually do like Eugene's playstyle, as it's a very blood in the water deck.
Which is fine. He's overall pretty much a fine character. My issue has never been with the characters themselves, it's been with the plot that comes with them.
You mean the plot being big
I-
anime
I-
busty
I-
chick girl?
She's not even that busty.
I was
Like,
just kidding,
Yeah,
but
the thing is, you're technically not wrong. And when they get down there, it's some gigantic performance show, really. There are elements of it that just don't visually make sense. Guy pulls a trigger, and suddenly he's pulling a hand out of the shadow like he's escorting a lady to the fucking ball. And then all of a sudden, we switch over to the visuals of some giant demon guy getting his ass kicked by a man in a super heavy spiked-covered football outfit. It just does not make sense.
Let's just say they were all on LSD and crack cocaine when they were making this.
I
You
don't-
also kind of have to remember Overdress is being done by Clamp.
And that's fine. The visuals can be overbearing and weird, but the plot has to make sense. And right now, the only thing that seems to
Hold
be
on, is this English or in Japanese?
so far it's in Japanese. I don't know if this is ever going to touch English.
Oh, it's not by the first episode because Japanese are nothing but perverts.
Now, hang on. That's an unfair
Whoa,
call.
whoa, yeah.
Whoa.
Them be fighting words right there. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, most animes end up perverted.
Not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that's a bit of an overstatement there, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyways, anything interesting happening in Magic the Gathering? I stopped caring.
This is coming from when they allowed Dragon Ball to have the Balma, where's your balls in English thing. But then again, that was early 90s anime.
Yeah, that was Dragon Ball. There was like hardly any censorship then compared to now. Heck, I think at one point we saw Bulma's actual being worn panties, and I think the scene where Bulma flashed Master Roshi entirely without underwear on.
That didn't make it to the American. That made it to the Japanese.
That's a shame, because I remember seeing that.
I think it did make it to America, but you can't find the episode. But I'm like, I love like perverted stuff like that.
And
like
that's...
but like now the animes they have in Japan, this makes me look like God. I don't want to be horny anymore.
Oh no!
I no longer wish to be horny. I just want to be happy.
Okay.
Well, we have Strixhaven, which is literally just grab spell, grab spell, grab spell, grab spell, grab spell, win game.
Yeah.
Sky Striker.
Pretty much. I've been hearing good things about the new Digimon card game, though. That's cool.
It's really good, but the fact that everything's so expensive, and I talk to my friend at least once or twice a week since he likes to play video games more, and then go to Digimon after he gets off work. But I'm like, he's like, yeah, I'm getting clapped harder than a guy who buys the structure deck and went up against full powered True Draco in 2018. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I need to invest $250 into my deck, but once I move to my new place, I'll build it. Like, just man up and do the rarity, but just man up and max that thing out for 1K. The Digimon dies 5 years later, and it's still gonna be worth money. Like, I don't see it dying 5 years later. I see it outdoing Yu-Gi-Oh right now, because you're getting full art cards that come in the regular set. And I'm like, Yu-Gi-Oh will never do full art. Even if the day that Yu-Gi-Oh does full art, it's going to be in OTS packs. And the most shittiest card is still going to be $500.
Yeah. Well,
I've seen creators make full art cards, and full art Appaloosa, I would pay $700 for that, even if the card was trash.
Well, outside of that, there's also Weiss. Not much has changed there. We're still waiting on a bunch of products. The Day Live pack is out, and it's already sold out.
Yeah, because stimulus and all that other stuff. This is what I hate about card games during the pandemic. Access code Target went from being a $70 card to a $120 card overnight.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Oof.
The Magia record pack of Madoka Magica drops on April 23rd, if anyone even cares. Bofuri is still coming out on May 21st. Kaguya-sama Level's War drops on June 25th. Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel Volume 2 was pushed back from June 25th to July 9th, unfortunately. Seven Deadly Sins has been confirmed to get a pack set and is dropping on July 30th.
Still haven't watched that anime.
I've tried. The only interesting character in that entire show for me is going to be Escanor. If I can build an entire deck based out of Escanor, I might consider picking it up, provided it's not a color arrangement that I already have.
Like literally, they just made a new episode of the Abridged series last night. And
What? Abridged series of what?
7 Deadly Sins, and that shit was hilarious.
I can imagine.
Happy, let me kill you. Get my girlfriend back, Cappy.
I'll have to look it up now.
They're at episode 25 now.
I'll have to look into that, because it could just be one of the scenarios where the Abridged series is infinitely better than the actual series.
It is.
You know, just like what happened with SAO.
Literally, this episode was 25 minutes long, and I'm like, you know what? It's midnight. I'm not asleep. I fall asleep right after the episode. It was so good. I stayed up an extra half hour to watch it.
Well, after that,
I had to rewind parts. My favorite abridged series will always be Code Geass. I'm sad they never finished it though.
oh yeah, Code Mint.
God, Code Geass was insane.
Code Mint.
Yeah, the
Code
guy
Mint.
never finished it.
But
instead of doing that, he did a
perfect.
very over-sexualized Digimon episode, and that was his last creation.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, CEO?
No, yeah, I just wanted to say that Code Mint was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Code Mint is like a lot of people like. What's your favorite anime? Code Mint. What's your favorite abridged series?
Code Mint.
My favorite bridge series is still Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I hate that they had to stop doing that.
Well, they went pretty far. So, that reminds me actually. They did this.
They didn't do the Boo Saga, and me and my friends were talking about it. I'm like, if one of us hit the lottery, we need to buy the rights to that show immediately.
One Piece Abridged series was also okay, from what I remember.
There was a couple of abridged series as I was watching. The Pokemon Bridged was pretty good. They ended up stopping that around episode 37, I think. There was Supernatural the Animation Abridged. It only had 6 episodes, but it was hilarious.
One of my favorite abridged series though is like the short is Nun Piece. They only made it. But one of my favorite long running abridged series was I say long running because he went through a lot of copyrights. The Naruto one, which Little Kariba helped out with.
That one's okay, but it's not as funny as I was expecting it to be. Speaking of which, though,
there's three different takes at it, and I like the over-sexualized one because all the sex puns.
So let's be honest here. We were all waiting for that fight between Clucky and the Log, right?
Yeah. I will say the movie that Little Karibo ended up making for his version of the Ninja Bridged was really funny.
And then I'm now remembering SAO Abridged. The guy just hasn't been having enough time to work on that. Like, I'm sad.
Yeah, he's been releasing like an episode every year and a half, and he released a new one a few months ago, and it's pretty good.
Like I told my friends, if I ever became a billionaire overnight, at least $1 billion would go to the bridge creators. Here, make more stuff.
Whatever it takes to get us good entertainment.
And I will literally pay your taxes on that.
But other than that, the only other thing to talk about in terms of Weiss is Bang Dream, Raise a Suilan Morphonics is getting a pack at some point. SAO War of the Underworld Seasons 1 and 2 have been confirmed to get packs, but we don't know when that's being released. And Season 2 pack of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime is coming as well.
I didn't watch Season 2.
I haven't watched Season 1.
Neither have I. I just hear good things.
One anime that I need to finish watching. I just got tired of dealing with commercials, and I just didn't want to pay Crunchyroll for the rest of the money, or Funimation the rest of the money, whichever one had it at the time.
What's the subscription?
They finished Black Clover, and I seen the final battle, and I'm like, oh, such a mediocre ending.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're making me not want to finish Black Clover.
That's why I finished Black Clover on season 1.
It's worth your while. It's just the final few minutes of the fight aren't that exciting to me.
I gave Black Clover 3 episodes. I just saw Bleach with books.
I'm sorry, but I like Black Clover more than Bleach because I'm like Asuka's.
I'm saying that I saw the exact same plot.
I saw.
What, hentai boobs again?
Actually, I saw Rock Lee with Naruto.
Oh, you mean from Black Clover?
Yeah, I feel like Asta is literally a fusion of Naruto and Rock Lee.
The plot for Black Clover feels almost identical to Bleach. Main character has extremely amazing power and a giant sword that can counter almost anything he's faced up to this point except for people who are better than him. Somebody gets blamed for a crime that they may or may not have committed under mysterious circumstances. It sounds too much like Bleach for me to really get into it. I'm
going to be honest about this. The final season of Bleach is pretty decent. Like for
Wait.
me, I'm way too picky about the final fights of an anime. Like the final fight of Dragon Ball, the final fight of the Buu Saga. It will never live up to the final fight of the Cell Saga.
It won't. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
Bleach had a final season?
Yeah, it did. It did. It did, and then they're talking about bringing it back
Bleach has ended?
next year.
No! Let it just have a final season.
Hey, to be fair, One Piece is still running.
Yeah, that
One Piece
still
is
needs
still
a final
running.
season.
Piece is still running, and I love the way they ended Naruto, but they had to do Boruto, and I'm just sitting here like,
Oh man.
Oh god,
Let's
killed
don't talk about
Naruto,
Boruto.
boy.
they DBZ'd Boruto. They took
Yeah,
a very
it's so
simple
shit.
concept, expanded on it infinitely, and made a decent series out of it, and then they created a sequel continuation series with the generation that came after it technically, and basically retconned a lot of details that we thought were true.
It's just painful to think about it.
Yeah, it really is.
I need to
I don't have anything else to add to this.
Naruto, like literally, Naruto is like utter shit. And then the way they, I'm just gonna spoil it. The way they did Naruto on this series is awful.
Well, don't worry about it. If we're interested to see it, we'll just watch it ourselves. But I don't think anyone cares enough to watch it.
I don't care. I just heard that Naruto and Sasuke were nerfed to the point of Sakura power level, and just like that, I went, okay, I have heard everything I need to know.
Well, the one thing that hurt me the most is like the fact that like everyone's like, oh, they're gonna kill off Naruto, and they're finally going to go through with it, but they don't tell you how they're going to, and they haven't leaked any more information. And I can't get the manga information off of people. They sit there and milk the video for 25 minutes when simple 5-minute video. Shut the fuck up. Give it information.
Just getting annoying. Like, how many these secret hidden Uchiha members can you resurrect from your ancient slumber?
Yeah, and
all of them apparently.
All of them apparently, and the fact that at least One Piece is still going, it's still watchable.
Yeah, that's the cool part about One Piece. You can keep watching it forever and still find entertainment in it, but you watch something like Naruto or its sequel series, and you just see constant retconning of minor details that end up becoming major details, bringing back people that should be dead or that we had no idea about in the first place and have no reason to care about suddenly mattering. They're just.
Wait, did One Piece just started like making didn't just making a prequel to the times where Blackbeard was a newbie?
I think so.
Yeah, they're gonna start working on that. But the one thing I'm like, one of my favorite fan piece of One Piece is like it's gonna be like Pirates of the Caribbean when they go to the end of the world and fall into that thing. Or the favorite really funny fan theory is it's gonna end in space. Space makes everything cool.
That it does. Just ask Markiplier.
Wait, what?
In the card games ended at a motorcycle, everything can end up on everything.
Space makes everything cooler, even though there's a lot of dangerous shit out there.
Well, yeah, but that's nothing new. Everything is dangerous if you know where to look.
No comment.
There's basically people still talking about there's gonna be a supernova next year that might wipe us out. Cool. I don't have to deal with humanity anymore. Put us out of our misery.
Oh no. It's like I do not wish to live much longer. Just take us all out.
Might as well.
I wish to live. I wish to live. I wish to live longer. But if everyone's going at the same time, fuck it.
Smoke them if you got them. Well, I think this is a good part to end the show on. How about you?
I agree full-heartedly. I need an adult after hearing half of this stuff.
Yeah, like the Barto shit. Like the only reason why I have a friend who watches it and talks about it. I'm like, you get 10 minutes a day to talk about Barto. He's like, oh, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
All right, well, then let's cut it here. I've been your host, Nanashi. This has been a lot of fun. Great show, it turns out. We record every first Friday of the month at 3 p.m. Eastern. Anybody in my server is welcome to join in, as long as they are active in some regard. This has been great. I'll see you guys next time.